grenades in the dangler.
There you go. Hi, welcome back to Airsoft Action TV. I'm Tom Anvil Hibberd.
I'm Phil the Power Bucknall.
And today we're going to talk about plate carriers in general, as well as some specific products later on. So we've just been chatting about Phil's rig here, which is now
half plate carrier.
half a plate carrier. But what we'll do, we'll maybe go back in history a little bit.
Back in time a bit.
Back in time a bit, and start talking about kind of plate carriers in general, and then specific examples. So this isn't really a plate carrier. This is a British Army Osprey Mark IV.
Okay. And
this was developed as a result of what kind of happened in the Iraq War II and events in Afghanistan.
So in the Osprey family, where does that sit? Is it like middle of the road?
So this is right at the end.
Right at the end of the Osprey family.
This is the Osprey one. And this is more of an armoured vest rather than a plate carrier. It does carry plates.
Yeah.
Great big massive rifle plates, but it also it fully wraps you in Kevlar armour as well. This one doesn't have anything in it at the moment. It's just an empty carry. Although as an empty carry, it's still pretty bulky.
It is.
Yeah. So you'd have full wraparound soft armour, great big rifle plates.
Yeah.
It's got bolt-on brassards and groin pouches and neck pouches. So if you're doing top cover on a machine gun, on a vehicle, you can pretty much cover yourself up. But it's big.
I mean, it's going back to the sort of, I myself, like many others, saw the Eagle Industries plate carriers, recast, that was not necessarily commissioned, but certainly adopted by the US Marine Corps. 1,000 denier Cordura.
Yeah, so this is the same stuff, really heavy stuff.
Really, wear it in the summer for any length of time, and you could easily lose.
Well, never mind, the guys are running around in Afghanistan in this.
Yeah.
They've kind of moved to Virtus, but this was mainly developed for IEDs, so it gives you loads of protection against blast and shrapnel, which is what body armour has done, because to carry rifle plates was so heavy.
Yeah, it was just
you couldn't do it in a moving position.
Well, I mean, let's go back even further to the iconic body armour, the American flak jacket as worn in Vietnam, which, if it was anything more than shrapnel from a grenade,
it would barely stop a pistol.
Yeah,
if you're lucky,
you will bear off.
But bear in mind, the biggest killer of infantry for a long time has been indirect fire, so mortars, artillery, grenades, all that sort of stuff. And that's what it was there to protect from that. Actually, direct rifle fire was relatively rare.
Well, I think in some of the studies they did, the direct rifle fire, a lot of people didn't actually even aim to hit. No,
they were firing over the heads and stuff. What they found, what's happened recently is that more and more armies are coming under more direct rifle fire from insurgencies, so they've had to start using plates. These things are probably just too big. So certainly if you're average airsofter, they're not bad for running around with, but by the time you've got pouches and
there is enough molly real estate on there to pretty much mount every pouch ever made.
Yeah, I've pretty much got the full set as well.
And that's going to add a considerable amount of weight, even if you use training plates.
It's also just the bulk, and I've put training plates in here, and I've had a cut up camping mat in here as well, and it's massive, I
mean, 1,000 doing as well. So like this Spiritus system is 500, and it's very noticeable the difference just in the empty, unloaded weight of the material and the flexibility of it.
So what kind of happened from here? There was a stage where people were wearing slip carriers, so that's carriers without any powered loops or anything. Yeah. And then they would wear a chest rig over the top.
Yeah. I guess a lot of people would be familiar with that from American Sniper.
Sort of Black Hawk Down, the Delta guys and Black Hawk Down. All had slip carriers, rifle plates. Yeah. Because rifle plates had developed to the point where they were using ceramics, which obviously before that they needed so much steel that you just couldn't move. And also they sort of realised that if we just cover the vital bits, so if we just cover the heart and lungs and the really big arteries and this bit, the rest, you can take hits to the. I'm so big.
I could get hit in the side, and I don't think I'd notice.
You could take hits to the rest of you, and you wouldn't die. So really,
stop the bits that are going to kill you in a heart. Well, no pun intended, in a heartbeat.
Yeah. So they developed plate carriers, and they really, you've been off the soft armour, no soft armour, and you just end up with a carrier to hold plates. You've got your DCS.
I have, and ironically, this Spiritus system that was supposed to be small, if you actually look at the profile, that is about the size of a plate carrier inverted.
Cool, so get your DCS. And then...
So this is, I think, for me, this is a really good evolution of the plate carrier. It's got everything it needs and nothing it doesn't really. So it is, you know, it's quite lightweight.
Yeah.
There's plenty of ventilation, really. You've got a lot more space.
Yes, there's much more around
and you've
here.
got the mesh on it.
These are much more mobile.
Those are, and you've got the quick release socket there, so if you do need to get out of it in a hurry,
bulk you've got over the shoulders.
Well, I mean, these are optional. You can take these off and just run them flat fabric.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's designed to take.
So it's basically a front and rear plate bag, isn't it?
Yeah. So I've got Trident Gears foam lightweight plates in there. You can get plate bags. I mean, they've got pockets there for side armour.
Yep.
But yeah, the main thing, like you alluded to, is protect, so your heart, lungs, spleen.
Obviously, in airsoft, that's not.
No, I've not met anybody who's taken a sucking chest wound in airsoft. There's a few people when I was playing recently, and there was a lot of cheating.
Probably deserves some sucking chest wounds.
Who I wished it upon, but yeah. So compared to say my recast,
so your recast is almost kind of in between the Osprey and this,
yeah. This virtually has nothing on it.
Yeah,
I'd have 4 double M4 M16 mag pouch on the front. I'd probably have another couple around the side.
Yeah.
And then I'd have a triple pistol pouch.
So what have you got this set up with? So you've got, these are doubles, right?
This is all, apart from the dangler, Warrior.
Yep.
So I've got the triples, but I tend to run just 3.
Okay, so you've got what?
3 mags in.
These elastic sided.
Yeah, and I've never lost one yet.
You've got some really cool emergency shears, just in case.
Well, you never know when you're going to need them. Same with the tourniquet. And of course, really Sialooms for daytime playing.
That's what, for marking where the good guys and the bad guys are. That's really important.
Again, not that it matters much in airsoft.
So you've got,
tend to get shot anyway.
So you've got your PTT mounted, similar place to
it. So I've got that running round to the radio pouch, and then I've got a pouch on the back which doesn't really get used a huge amount. But I've got this really nice wearable antenna from SNR. I did a review about them, and it's quick release, so you can just take the radio out, leave everything in place.
Yeah. So we should probably explain how this is donned. So we have what? Is this
I have it. Yeah, I have it just loose enough so that I can.
You can swim into it.
Swim into it. Yeah.
Do you mind if we show the viewers?
Go for it.
So a lot of these are all quite similar.
Just might need to move the
emergency shield. Quite similar, and that you have this front plate, which kind of did, and on the DCS this is sewn on.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll show you something different. And then you have the 2 CUMMERBUNDs. Great word.
And then I think you just have to wear a bow tie when you wear one.
And this goes, so that goes wrapped around the body. Velcro it on. Now ruined Phil's setup.
I'm going to have to readjust all this.
Readjust everything.
I won't be swimming into that now.
And then you're also running a
dangler pouch. I just find that I used to have separate grenade pouches, and even if they were just the Velcro, fiddling to get the grenade and manipulate it out. So, if you grab the top, then the cap would probably come off.
Yeah.
Having them right in the front, I can still hold my primary if I need to, engage anybody who pops up. But I can get the pouch in easily enough, get the grenade, chuck it, and then carry on.
You'll probably see something very similar on my rig.
And then I've got, that's just for dress. I've never ever got a knife kill. I have no intention of ever getting a knife kill because I play airsoft to shoot people.
Random stuff pouch?
Then if I need to, I'll stick a couple of mags in there. Okay. Or like maybe a speed loader, because I've got 60 round mags for my ergs. So quite often a 400 round speed.
Or a big Odin, take a big Odin out.
Yeah, I'll probably fit the Odin in.
Yeah, then you kind of ready for days. It kind of sort of slightly defeats the point of running mid-caps when you've got 1500 rounds in a speed loader. That's really cool. And
it's a lot lighter than my recast was as well. So I've got another one of these in multicam set up pretty much identically.
And how much does the base rig come in at?
Well, it starts getting a bit pricey. You look at it and you buy the plate carrier. I think it's about £130, but Warrior always have
a 10% off deal somewhere.
It's like DFS.
Or just wait a week and there'll be one coming along soon, won't there?
It's
who actually buys anything at DFS?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You're really failing at life if you pay full price for something at DFS.
Right. I've just bought a new rig.
So this one's even more advanced. I'm seeing lots of laser cuts.
So this is like one of those bang up to date, on trend bit of plate carrier fashion. This is a Direct Action Spitfire film.
Looks very nice.
It is very nice, and it's laser cut from a laminate fabric. Still lots of stitching reinforced, so it almost removes one layer of fabric because it doesn't have all the POWs loops on it. And there's actually not much to it really.
No,
it's
really thin.
Really quite thin. This nice soft shell material behind the plate bags.
Biggest thing that's good on, it's nice. Is that on the plate, the padding? Or
yeah, it's on the back of the plate. So there's no actual padding on it, so it's really quite minimalist. Yeah. Nice integrated carry handles.
That's nice.
So obviously this is all set up with my kit.
Got the Salter back panel.
Yeah, so quite a lot of similarities.
Talk us through yours then.
Yeah, so quite a lot of similarities to yours. I've got a triple up front. These are S-tack pouches.
So they've got some sort of plastic retention.
Yeah, little Kydex plastic retention in there. So I love these. They're absolutely brilliant. PTT. This is a TPTT. Similar thing. I also run a vest antenna system like yours. So this runs all around the back. I've got a Blue Force Gear 10-speed.
Yeah.
Just mags.
Is that how's that mounted on? So it's got the laser cut.
Yeah,
there. So that is really thin.
Yeah,
even with the whole.
So that's
pouch.
a CUMMERBUND with a Blue Force Gear 10-speed pouch on, and that is just super thin.
Yeah, and
that mags or smokes or flashbangs or anything really to shove in there, any sort of mission specific stuff.
Yeah,
I've got my radios on this is a direct action comms wing, so that attaches into the rest of the plate bag.
How do you find it wearing with your radio sort of pressed into it now? Because it's right just below your rib cage.
It's all right because it. I'll show Phil and I'll show you guys a picture later. But it pretty much sits in the shadow created by the plate. So I've kind of got used to it now. CUMMERBUND's really lightweight. Again, you can put extra armour in it, or you can shove your. Let's take some handy snacks.
As long as it's not chocolate, otherwise you'll be drinking that. I think being held so close. That's a nice touch.
Got a nice little admin pouch up there.
Admin pouch built in, rather than having to have extra bulk.
We've got the Swift clips. So this will actually.
If you undo the shoulder straps, then these are designed so that you can just, you remove this, have the front completely free of anything, and then you can just click this on, and it has a big Velcro panel on the back, so you just slap it on and you're good to go. So
this, what I've got on the other side, I've got the direct action medical pouch, because you need medicals for Airsoft.
Exactly.
Yeah, full trauma kit. A Viper dangler, they call it a scrote, but it's pretty much the same thing.
I think they're all much of a muchness.
And I use it for the same thing you do, Phil, just putting bangers and reloads and stuff
also,
in there.
it helps that really painful bit of the belly where you get shot on.
On the back, so again, you've got nice, very similar plate bag, laser cut, integrated drag handle. I've got a Ferro Concepts assaulters panel. So the back of this is basically just entirely the same as the front, laser cut laminate all the way down. And this is for buddy bangers or whatever, or extra mags. Yeah. And some stuff there.
And you got a pouch on the side as well.
Yeah, so that's the med pouch. And then
I have to say, I do like the little laser cut handles.
So, yeah. So if you just have a little.
Oh yeah, so you
just take it out,
pull it straight out, and you're good to go.
Yeah, so that's really quite nice. But that could just be an admin. You don't have to be medic pouch. You can have all sorts of general batteries and admin and pens,
opal fruits,
snacks. So in here, so that's nice. Now this, unlike the DCS, this whole placard comes off.
Yeah.
So it mounts, and I'll show you guys this as well. Little bits of Velcro come through, and actually Velcro's into the plate bag, inside the plate bag, and you can get they DA sell different. You can get blank placards, you can get AR placards, you can get SMG placards. Yeah. So you can pretty much, if you need to change your loadout, you just switch out your placard.
Yeah, and you're not constantly messing around with molly loops and trying to thread
taking
things
things off is an absolute pain.
Yeah.
So, and it's pretty easy to get into it.
Cost-wise, how does it stack up? I mean, the Microfight, this setup as it stands, is well over. Probably getting close to nearly £300.
Yeah. Well,
the DCS I think was about the same.
This rig, the rig was £225, which for what it is, because actually it's features-wise, it's probably got more. Oh, actually, it's also got. You can take zip panels as well.
I was going to ask about that because I know a lot of the Cry crowd
on the Cry system. So this is built to the same spec as the Cry system, but it can take all the back zip panels as well. Yeah. So this is pretty much as fully featured, if not more fully featured, than a Cry JPC2.
I think you're right. And another one that's new to the market is the Ferro Concepts Slickster Advanced, which I think has been sold exclusively by one company, and that's the base model is around $300.
Yeah. So this is, I think actually for the money.
So this it's got all the features, the laser cut, and then of course there's the new Warrior LPC, which is
it's got the tubes on it.
Yeah, I quite like that tube system, but
DA are doing
you don't have the adjustment.
They're doing a tube CUMMERBUND upgrade, so you Velcro on one half, and then you get a new CUMMERBUND you can just clip in. So I may get around to getting on that. That looks quite so I can be super fashionable and have tubes like all the other kids as well. It gets ridiculous. But I think for the features you get on this,
it's a really nice little carrier.
I think they're really nice. It fits really nicely. One thing that does help it fit really nicely is I've got the new Travail Fitness.
You love those plates,
multi-curve plates in. So let me get one of those out for you.
Yeah, they're not light, are they?
No, so I run a 5 kilo set, or 4.5 kilo set. Do you know what though? Once it's on,
I
don't feel it. The weight, the weight really kind of moulds it to your body. It's really quite impressive.
The first time I ran the Trident gear ones, mine are only the 1 kilo each. Yeah, they're actually that's not too bad.
Let's get these out of the way.
It's not too bad. But I noticed that I was worried it was going to suddenly feel really uncomfortable, but it actually was less noticeable.
I find that more comfortable with plates in than that. So these are the new multi-curve ones. So I've been running their original, and I think these were fantastic. Fantastic.
Yeah.
So that's their single curve. So they're only curved
sort of in the vertical.
Yeah. So if you have a look from the side, very undignified. Show you, ladies and gentlemen. You can see the top comes slightly proud of the chest, which, to be honest, doesn't really matter. It's absolutely fine. These were mainly first developed for fitness, CrossFit and the like, and for those crazy kids doing pull-ups in weight vests and stuff.
As you do.
But they're brilliant for airsoft.
Well, you can see
but these ones,
the difference there.
So there we go. Look, there's the difference between the two there. You can see. There you go, Phil.
Do they cost any more, or are they the same price?
I think they're a few pounds more.
Okay.
So if you really just want a pair of plates, you can get these. If you want to spend a bit more, you can get these.
Worth it in your eyes, though?
I think so.
Use both?
Absolutely. I mean, but let's just
you can see straight away.
So there you go.
I guess the main advantage of that, if you're kneeling down or something, you don't want to get hit in the chin by your.
Well, they're all right.
By the plate.
But these are really good. So they're also
give you a nice ding when you hit.
They go ding, and they're not so much through the carrier. And something I want to do. I was talking to Angelo from Airsoft Action. On Facebook, and he was asking, well, steel plates for airsoft, what do you reckon? Now, I have been shot, I haven't actually played in these yet, but they are definitely more comfy. I've been shot with these on, and I can just about feel it at CQB distances.
Okay, so close up.
You get a bit of a...
You're still getting the full energy,
you get a bit of a tap. You do have to be quite switched on, though, even at CQB. You have to be like aware of things, but you have to do in a helmet.
Yeah.
So when I'm wearing my bump helmet, so even particularly with the cloth cover on,
deadens the sound.
You really have to really super switched on to know if you're being shot. In woodland at distance, I think he's got a point, and it would be really what I'd like to do. And you can join me for this one if you fancy shooting me a lot.
I'm in.
We'll come up with some sort of test to work out.
We can use it for the Clearwater 2.8 BB test. We'll have a moving target.
Can I actually feel it? We'll work out some sort of test with a blindfold and some music on, and I'll put a hand up when I can feel a hit or something at distance. We'll work something like that. That could work something out. But that's by the by. But I think these. I mean, the Trident plates are great, and they do loads of different weight ones.
They do, and they've got the different curves as well. Yeah. I think, obviously for durability, these are steel. They're much less likely to fall apart. But I've taken the plates out of my multicam DCS that I've had in there for easily in excess of 6 months, and there's no sign of. But once it's in, it doesn't move. It doesn't do anything. It's just there.
Yeah, I mean the reason I like these is I like the Trident stuff personally, but they squish. So there's that little bit of immersion for me, and that I can feel the foamy plates moving.
Yeah, whereas I guess you've got the bigger rubber ones.
Yeah, they're probably a bit less, but I really like these.
But I can see what your point is. The whole benefit as well from having it is the plate carriers. They're designed to carry plates. So if you've got mag pouches on and just a bit of roll mat in there,
not that you'd be a hobby charlatan, Phil, if you didn't have plates in your plate carrier.
Well, you need to put something in a plate carrier.
I think you do, because I think if you're considering heavier plates, or you want a bit of a workout, which is one of the things these are good for as well, because it is, although you don't necessarily feel it because it's distributed.
You are carrying more weight.
You are carrying more weight. So, and I have worn my other plate carrier out walking the dogs a few times.
Yeah, and if it's 5 kilos, that's getting up to a stone extra.
Yeah, so you can. It's definitely noticeable. But it is quite nice going around corners knowing you've got something
in CQB, especially. Not getting, because let's face it, everybody has the odd sort of SHIT moment where they come around a corner and walk straight into somebody who just spams the trigger.
So I'll put the price of these up, but I believe they're less than £60, which is, and that's for a pair.
That's not bad.
And they're British made, British company, steel, powder coated, neoprene backed.
They look the business.
Yeah, they're really good. So I'm really impressed with these things. So between this and this, I'm feeling quite equipped.
You're feeling very elite modern operator now.
I know, which is a bit of a difference when you first met me. I was running around in a G-com and a flannel shirt and a.
Yeah,
which does have it, and I've got some shiny ARs to show people.
I know. What's happened?
What's happened, Phil? And then I know people that have gone the other way. So
yeah.
But there you go. I think
not me. I'm not going down the road of the AK.
I'll get in with an AK at some point. Don't you worry. Phil, thanks for coming in and showing me your plate carrier
and my mini plate carrier.
So what do you think about using training plates in airsoft? Do you steel ones or rubber ones, or do you just not bother at all? Let us know down in the comments. Please like, subscribe, ding that bell, and we'll see you next time.